Hello and welcome back. Before we get started on making an authentic beef barbacoa, I want to talk to you about the maguey leaf. You can find the maguey leaf at your local Mexican grocery store, and if you don't have access to one of these, you can also use banana leaves, and if all else fails, you can use 3 ounces of your favorite mezcal. Now the first part that we have to do is clean our maguey leaf. I like to use a damp cloth because look at that. You don't want that to go into your food. You want to keep it nice and clean. Once you've cleaned your leaf, you're going to go ahead and toast it a bit. You're going to toast it until it's nice, soft, and pliable. And what happens here is that we also get to release some of the zap that the maguey has, that sweetness, and that's just going to infuse our food and just going to taste absolutely divine. Do you see how I can just roll it like this? Well, that's when you're ready. I'll show you what you're going to do next. Since I'm using my pasta pot for this, I want to make sure that this round fits all the way around here. And that's when you're going to place a cut. About right there. Ooh! It smells so good in here. You want to set it up like that, and if it sticks out, you want to cut a little bit off because we're going to need to seal this pot. And be careful because it's really, really hot. Set that to the side, don't throw it away. We're gonna need it. Next, you wanna toast 4 Guajillo chiles and 2 Ancho chiles. Perfect. This next step is optional, but I really do feel that it enhances the flavor. You want to use about half a tablespoon of mesquite or whatever you like to grill with. So what I do is I fold it into a little square. And we're going to toast it a bit. You want to keep moving it around for a good 30 seconds. Be very careful. I don't want you starting fires. Careful because it's hot, but once you do that, you're going to go ahead and poke a few little holes. Don't do too many, just a few. The combination I'm working with today is 4 pounds of chuck beef and 2 pounds of beef spine. If you don't have access to beef spine, you can use beef ribs or anything that has a bone in it. Go ahead and season your beef with a little bit of salt and pepper. And I'm using coarse sea salt today. To your pot, you want to add 4 cups of water, your roasted Ancho chiles and your roasted Guajillo chiles, 3 bay leaves, 2 tomatoes, 4 garlic cloves, 1 onion, half a cup of rice, 1 can of garbanzo beans, 1 teaspoon of freshly ground cumin, 1 teaspoon of thyme, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and half a tablespoon of coarse salt. Give that a loving mix and place your strainer into your pot. I'm going to place a little piece of maguey at the bottom of our pot. And then I'm going to start placing our beef pieces right on in. And if you chose to go with the mesquite little pack, you're going to place that right on the top. Then we're going to cover it with some more maguey. Press it down. Next, you're going to tightly seal your pot with some foil. Pit barbacoa is absolutely delicious because you have, whether you're using beef or lamb, it's dripping into the consommé, and at the end you're just going to be so satisfied with all the flavors that are infusing in this pot. But if you don't have a pasta pot, you can use your tamalera. Bring your pot to a vigorous boil. This is going to start creating the steam that we need to cook our beef. That's the vigorous boil I was talking to you about. So once your pot hits that vigorous boil, you're going to place it on a medium-low heat, and you're going to continue to cook for another 3 hours. Go ahead and turn your burner off. And it's time to unwrap our gift. Be careful because steam burns and it is steamy in here. And this is where your pasta pot comes in handy. Just lift it right on up. And just fall apart tender. As soon as you grab a piece, it's falling apart. Ooh, hot, hot. See that? Ooh, who wants that first bite? And you're gonna need a good cup of consommé to dip your tacos in.
Es difícil para mí poder soñar como lo hacen en los cuentos y los libros. Quizás porque costó la vida entera. Quizás porque perdí muchos amigos. Será porque la vida estaba herida.
And as soon as you dip, you want to take a bite.
Por eso yo también nací herido. Palabras sabias, no sabré
Oh, it's so good.
decir. Solo que cuesta.
And you know, once you start dipping, you can't stop.
Lo que quieres es saber cómo vivir.
My family said they're birria out, like they're done with it for a little bit. So this is what I'm going to be making for Christmas. So I hope that you guys enjoy this recipe as much as my family does. Make sure that when you serve the consommé, it's as hot as you can handle it. As always, Cloud and I are wishing you the best. We absolutely adore you. We hope that you enjoyed making barbacoa with us today. And on that one, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Adios.